broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yeah! That's right, we're on the highway to hell, everybody! That's my best impression.
Brian Jones is joining us tonight, guys.
Yeah! That's all I can do, is just the...
That was disgusting.
Brian Johnson, I think is his name.
Johnson.
Whatever, it's close. Welcome, everybody, to the Raw After Show. If you're watching us live, thank you for watching the Stone Cold podcast later. Let's be honest, we're more fun.
Yeah. It's podcast versus podcast.
It's podcast versus podcast.
Yeah. And this is all leading up to our WrestleMania match, us versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
All of us.
It's no big deal, guys.
Everyone. Every one of us.
And he'll probably win.
That's what's happening. Stunners. I will take a stunner. I don't care.
He can't stun all of us at once.
He can't stun all of us at once.
Nope.
One after the other.
We can wait as he stuns each one of us in a row.
Just in a row. Just wait, just like waiting and so.
Just stand there dumbfounded like,
They'll stun us in 2 ways.
Oh, man.
One of us has got to do the Scott Hall. One of us has got to do the Rock Cell.
Yeah.
Just one of us has got to do the Linda. One of us has got to do the Linda. One of us has got to do the Vince.
We are
good times.
We're working our way towards Hell in a Cell this Sunday, and this was the Go Home Raw. Let's get cracking right here. I'm at Jay Quasto. This lovely lady right here is the crown jewel of the Raw After Show. You can see her this weekend. Are you going to be north? You're going to be up north?
I'm going to go to the NXT shows in Sacramento at the
can...
Aftershock Music Festival. It's going to be great.
You can see her there on the Aftershock show, which means the NXT.
The Aftershock show.
The big show. She's
big
Cathy
show.
Kelley. Find her on Twitter at Catherine Kelley.
Yes.
And that dude right there is the progenitor of hyper-optimism every single week on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. The first progenitor. Find him on Twitter at Ty Matthews, PMA. He is Ty Matthews.
Damn right I am. Not progenitor, Kathy or Troy McGuire out there.
He says it all the time.
He does.
That's his go-to joke.
He does.
Every time on commentary. It drives me nuts.
It's a good one.
It's
a good one.
So are you really good at cleaning?
I'm terrible at cleaning. I'm the worst.
I don't get it.
I'm a progenitor.
Progenitor.
But
you have tons of keys.
With a G.
Tons of keys.
Are there amateur janitors?
I'm progenitor. I started hyper-optimism.
There it is.
I started it, guys. So
You're
be
cleaning
well.
up people's minds with happy thoughts.
Hush, hush, hush. Yes. Watch me. Watch me on KDOC, on YouTube America.
That's right.
We'll plug it at the end of the show like we always do. Watch it.
And we got a first-timer, now friend of the show. He is the host of the historical roast every single month at Meltdown Comics, right on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. Basically, it's a hilarious comedy show. They roast someone in history, and he's very funny. He's also a massive wrestling fan, so we're happy to have him. Find him on Twitter at I am Eddie Furth. He's Eddie Furth.
How's it going, guys? Thank you for having me.
Welcome, my friend.
Super excited.
Oh, man. So, the last number of weeks, people have been giving flack because they haven't been happy with Raw. Well, I'd like to hope they enjoyed tonight.
It was good. It was a good
Especially
go
the cold open.
Yeah.
The Stone Cold Open.
The Stone Cold Open.
Stuck that one in there.
Yep. Sure did.
Wordplay.
He set it up. He knocked it on the park.
Old wordplay Kelly over
working
here.
together right off the mat.
I like you already, Eddie.
But it was.
I picked it up.
It was good stuff. I didn't even think about the fact that it was a go home until you said it just now. But it was. It was solid stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
A come home to LA.
What?
Just silence.
All right.
They were in Dallas tonight.
I know, but they're gonna come to LA on Sunday.
Yeah,
so.
Sure.
Yep, that one deserves credit.
When you have to explain your jokes, they're not funny.
I didn't hear the jokes. That's why I wasn't sure.
Funny. It wasn't funny.
It wasn't as solid as the Stone Cold Open bit.
No, we did get Stone Cold,
but we're working on it.
We got Stone Cold, the Texas rattlesnake, who started his career in Dallas, as Dusty Rhodes would say, at the Sportatorium. And he puts over if you will. He puts over his live podcast with Brock Lesnar later on tonight. And then he introduces
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker. And Undertaker hits the mic, and he says, "The depths of hell will look like the gates of heaven compared to where I'm going to take you this Sunday at hell in a cell." And that's when Brock Lesnar's music hits.
It's his normal, like, light, fluffy stuff.
Light, fun for all ages.
Just keeping it light, guys.
Yeah, bring the kids.
Yeah.
There's no way we're passing over that spot on Undertaker impression. That was gorgeous.
Oh, I tend to
wait till you hear his Bray Wyatt.
I tend to throw impressions.
We'll get there.
Oh, don't put the pressure on.
Or is Teddy Long.
We'll get there.
Yeah, Teddy Long's my best. Teddy's my best.
This might be the only time I've wished for Teddy Long to have been on a show.
Oh, just for you. It's gonna happen because there have been plenty of tag team matches. All right, so. Yes. Okay, so Paul Heyman, the advocate, says, "Ladies and dead man, I'm the advocate for Brock Lesnar. You can't get over that he ended your streak. Brock will take his revenge. You'll learn what it's like to live or die with a tainted legacy that dominated everyone except the man who took everything away from you, Brock Lesnar." What do we think about that before we get to Taker's response?
I loved it. I mean, like, you can't really... Obviously, you guys have seen this enough times. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with Paul Heyman in a microphone.
Nope.
But it's good. It's feeling every single week like more and more the big match that it is. So, looking forward to more of it.
No doubt. That's when Undertaker's response was, "When you take everything from a man, then that man ends up fighting with nothing to lose." And
Can
that's
you do
when
the eye roll back?
Oh God, that's a tough one. I will do the neck thing. Could I do that, and then I'll do the eye roll back?
Is there a tongue involved in the neck slashing?
Of course there is.
Of course, absolutely.
Of course there is. Yeah.
3, 2.
Well, right now?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But give us the line. No, give us the line. Give us the final line of the promo. Then go into the.
Okay. Well, actually, so what happens is that's what. Okay,
Yeah,
Lesnar marches towards the ring. What
happened?
happened? He hops up on the apron. Heyman tries to hold him back. Finally, Lesnar, because you hear Heyman screaming, "He's in your head! He's in your head!" Lesnar jumps back down, smiles and backs away. That's when Heyman says, "Now you're in his head," and that's when Undertaker decides to look at Brock Lesnar and say,
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Yeah.
If someone can get a still of that, a screenshot of that,
please don't ever.
Do a
phenomenal.
Yeah. How many
Gif.
memes can we get up before?
Seriously.
We can
Before
get a
the
lot of
show's
mileage
over.
out of that.
If that face can get people away from the Stone Cold podcast, I'll do it 5 more times.
There you go. But no, I loved his response because I think when the streak ended, a lot of people thought that, oh, this is the end of the Undertaker's mystique.
Sure.
But there's still a lot left, and I think he made a good point. He's really got nothing left to lose as a character anymore, and so I think that, that being said, he can really take it to Brock. I mean, he was in the first ever Hell in the Cell, so and he was in the cell with Mankind when he threw him off the top. I mean, he's been in almost every iconic cell that there's been, and so, who better than to have a classic cell match with Brock?
Yeah, I think this is gonna. I mean, obviously, this has to close the show, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
We would think. I mean, that's really, who would have thought? We start out with Stone Cold, then we move to Undertaker, then we move to Heyman and Brock. I mean, that's... Whew.
It's like 2001 all over again.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It really is. And then we follow
Get the F out, guys.
And,
Starting with Stone Cold felt a lot like the Attitude Era, right? It was like a 98, 99 show all over again.
Sure. Usually we get a lot of build-up, but starting it right off with the glass shattering, that was a throwback.
And then we follow with The New Day.
Yes. So good.
John Cena and them damn Dudleys taking on The New Day. And that's when New Day says, they come out and they say, "Call us unicorns, because we brought the magic back to the WWE." And you know what the saying is? Everything is booty in Texas. Makes fun of Des Bryant and Tony Romo. Just so much fun. And this match had great spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 6-mans are, I feel like it's hard to screw up a 6-man tag. And I think we
have 2 of them tonight.
We got lucky. What a go-home show to have 2 6-man tags?
Didn't we have 3? Wasn't there a third?
Was there?
I don't believe so.
Yes, there was.
There
Because there was
was
Ziggler,
even.
Cesaro.
Yeah.
I know this because I'm not usually a fan of the 6-man tag, especially when it feels like it's thrown together to get everyone on the show.
Sure.
But each of those 3 matches tonight had enough time to develop that really, I got into each and every one of those matches, starting with Cena and the Dudleys against New Day. Though I mean, those guys are going to give you a great effort no matter what.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Yeah. There were
I
a
didn't
lot
even
of
think
them.
about that. Yeah, each one was organic. Each one was built, and each one was executed perfectly. It was good.
Every one of them had time for each of the guys in it to show what they could do to get us excited for the show this weekend. So.
Definitely.
Holla, holla, holla.
Holla.
You know what I mean? We're gonna turn this tag team match into a 6-man tag team match.
The big show.
The big show.
Edge.
Player.
Just okay.
I love Teddy.
Ty makes me laugh too much. All right, so yes,
We got to get Sky on here to do it. He's even better.
I would love to have Sky on here.
Sky's the best.
So Cena with a nice standing drop kick, Big E with the sweet suplex, Cena off the top rope taking E out, but then Xavier gets the roll up for the win. Of course, they Donnybrook breaks out, they attack, and then A to Xavier Woods, and then that was a rough table shot, Cathy.
Yeah, it was. Save the tables.
That table did not get saved.
Save the Gable, guys. I wish this was. I want to talk about NXT.
Oh.
Chad Gable's the
Yes.
best.
Oh, I like him. I like him. Him and Jordan are fantastic.
So good. But I think the only thing that I took issue with this is that a couple weeks ago we see the New Day standing tall over everyone. They're just decimating everyone. They're decimating Dolph and Cena and the Dudleys.
Yes.
And now, like, Big E and Kofi are just stranded and they can't help Xavier, even though these are the guys that they took out a couple weeks ago.
But I
mean,
think
it gave us a phenomenal moment with both of them crawling on the ground after Woods got put through the table.
I feel like, do you think Xavier, like, behind closed doors, is trying to get the record for most times being put through a table by one person?
He could be. You know, he's the kind of guy that's
Yeah.
like stoked the entire time it's happening.
I have a feeling he looked up who's been put through the most tables, and he's trying.
I'm gonna beat Mae Young's record.
Yeah, but he's not going to say it until he breaks the
No,
record.
of course not. Of course not.
Because he's already been through 4, maybe.
I mean, if he
Has it
gets
been that
injured
many?
going
And
through
they've been
them,
back
he
a month.
has something
Right.
to do while he's
Sure.
at home. More time to play video games.
Exactly. More up, down, down. Watch up, down, down, guys.
Oh, yeah.
But speaking of the New Day, if you guys haven't seen the new shirt,
Oh, man.
It's so good.
Man,
It's not even
there's a
fair.
reason they were talking about unicorns tonight, because the new T-shirt is incredible. It reminds me a lot of actually my first shirt.
There you
it's
go.
the same color. It's very cartoony. It's the New Day. It's all of the New Day
They stole your
Riding on a
idea.
unicorn.
riding a blind unicorn with a fishtail.
Wait, is he blindfolded?
No, he's got glasses and a walking stick. He's blind.
Okay.
And
This-
the trombone's there too.
The trombone's there too. They're all super happy. It's almost kind of anime style.
It wouldn't
There's
surprise
planets
me.
in the background.
It wouldn't shock me if some really talented fan drew that and they were like, yo,
And maybe
Send it into the
maybe. But this is the first shirt in a long time that I'm like, sign me up right now.
yeah.
It's so good.
You're already heading to WWEshop.com.
Absolutely.
Promo code unicorn. I don't know.
We'll go to Big Show.
I don't think. The Big Show.
Promo code Ty Matthews.
Absolutely. A promo could be well.
That'd be great.
It's gonna be our new hashtag.
But
If
yeah,
you get
that's a fun shirt. But I don't know. I think Xavier going through the table makes it more interesting because they won the match. Then he gets put through the table.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of up in the air.
But Xavier Woods isn't in the match on Sunday.
Probably not.
I want to see them pull one of those demolition he sneaks in moves. I love those. I want to see, right? Xavier Woods roll in, Kofi Kingston roll out.
Some twin magic.
Exactly.
They have done that. They have done that before.
I want that.
But
I love that. I love that about that team, that they get a chance to pull that. You don't know who's going to fight. That there's
Right.
always a mix
But
of it.
That tactic really depends on the positioning of the referee.
Sure.
Otherwise, it gets very controversial.
That it does. Eventually I'm okay with Dudley Boys becoming the 10-time tag champs.
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
don't want it to happen yet.
Right.
I'm loving
They can chase it for a while.
How long does this go for, though?
as long as it can.
I think at the most maybe until Survivor Series. If we can get a tables match at Survivor Series, that's where it ends.
Push it to the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have the Dudleys take it at the Rumble and then stretch that out to WrestleMania.
Could be.
I would like to see the Dudleys be able to keep up with them on the mic a little bit. Like lately, it's just been all New Day, and no
You
one's been
really, I
talking.
mean, like, because I don't think the Dudleys have ever really been. I mean, back in the ECW days, they were great, but they were also unfiltered and they were uncensored. I think WWE era Dudley Boys have never really been at least as strong on the mic as someone like Xavier Woods.
No, of course not. But at the same time, all it takes, Bubba's intelligent.
He is. He absolutely
and so is Devon. If they really wanted to, they
Mm-hmm.
could sit down for 15 minutes a day and come up with a cool 30-second thing to say back.
Right. But that's the thing. That's not to say
Right?
that. That's
Am I
not
wrong?
to say.
I love that approach though. That's a very. It's the same thing I've done. Where I'm just, if I just write for 15
If I
minutes a
could
day, I'm at
just-
least 15 minutes ahead of where I was before. I like
Yeah.
that you've doled out there.
That's
Be
all
like,
it takes. You
but-
collaborate.
but
Just a
that's-
little effort each day. It doesn't even have to be an hour. Just 15 minutes,
Get on the
guys.
bus.
Right?
But that's
Right.
not to say. That's not to say that what they've been saying hasn't been cool.
No.
It just hasn't been up to the level of the New Day, and I don't think it will be.
I'm not
The New
saying
Day just has great chemistry that you can't.
Exactly.
It's so organic. You
Right.
can't
Right.
match that.
And I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm not saying it's at like the Kevin Nash CM Punk level of just awful,
Man,
not
what
even
a
close.
margin, yeah.
But I would like to see, because we all know the Dudleys can do it. I would just like
Sure.
to see a little bit more back and forth.
I see. Yeah.
And I also want New Day to keep the titles.
Of course.
It's so fun watching them just float around with them and
Right.
ride blind unicorn.
Red Blind Unicorns, man.
Hey.
Their match at the last pay-per-view was also very one-sided. I think I don't know if you guys remember, what was it? What was the pay-per-view?
Was that at
Night of Champions?
Yeah.
It was it did not see because it was also the Dudley's first match back, and I was like, wow, they brought him in to just kind of
right.
just kind of get knocked around for 20 minutes, and then so I'm looking for a competitive match in this one. You might see.
Yeah. But I think,
don't forget, New Day had to cheat twice recently.
and I'm gonna say, I think we've seen enough of the dirty finishes. I think if we see another one, it's gonna reach a point of diminishing returns, and I think people are gonna get turned off.
Yeah, I don't want to see a DQ. I want New Day to win somehow. Maybe Dudleys make their own mistake, and they have to start thinking in the inside, like, oh my God, what's going on? Do we not have it anymore? Have we lost it?
Right.
Like,
And
that's what I would like to see.
That would be an absolutely interesting dynamic to go through.
And you keep it going. That's going to make the Dudleys that much more interesting.
Right. We'll see.
Breaking news, gang. Thank you. Go ahead, keep going. Randy Orton, keep it going. Keep the music going.
Never heard
everyone.
that drop before.
Keep it going. This evening, it has been reported that Randy Orton never made it to Mexico, and he is not at Monday Night Raw this evening. He is, in fact, somewhat injured. Dean Ambrose was shown backstage talking with Fit Finlay and Dean Malenko, but of course there were no microphones present and available, so we don't know what they were talking about. But there is no Randy Orton this evening, or possibly this Sunday at Hell in a Cell. Back to you.
More at 11.
Yeah.
So good.
Who is he scheduled
At
to face
11,
this
a
weekend?
Squirtle water skiing.
It was supposed to be him and Dean Ambrose versus the Wyatts.
And it was gonna be Luke Harper and Braun Strowman because Bray Wyatt is fighting.
Oh,
Roman
yes, because
Reigns.
he's fighting Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I would have breaking news about Eric Rowan, but they didn't say anything.
Not a damn thing. Or
Apparently
Luke
there was a
Harper.
picture.
I don't know.
A picture.
I don't know.
Do we want to skip
Someone
ahead to that,
tweeted
or
it
do we
to
want to hold off
Johnny.
and?
Yeah, let's get to that.
We'll get to
eventually.
that.
So after commercial, Renee Young with Dean Ambrose. Where is Randy? He's like, I don't know, but Wyatt family got to him, and I've had it with this crap. I'm gonna pick a fight with Harper and Strowman. I'll take care of it tonight. That was that. And then Alicia Fox and Nikki Bella taking on Sasha and Naomi. Really good match here. Nikki had a pretty rough Alabama slam on Naomi.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet forearm to Sasha. Nikki's bringing it, man.
Those forearms are always
Come on,
solid.
Nikki.
Like,
Bringing
she's
it.
at this point, she's got
You're
a
doing
better.
your brie cheer.
That's very
Come
good.
on, Nikki! That's all she says.
At this point, Nikki's got a better bullhammer than Barrett.
yeah.
I mean, she's just clobbering people.
Look, if Nikki's thing is, but you know what? Then Breeze is, come on, Nikki!
Let's just for the record, King Barrett. Ty Matthews just called you out. He said he
love
could
Barrett.
take
Barrett.
take one of your bull hammers any day of the week. But Nikki Bella, on the other hand, you couldn't pay him.
She is just
you couldn't pay him to
murdering
take that
people.
one.
Murdering people.
Yeah, she's
But
bringing
Barrett,
it.
on the other hand, nothing. He's got no
To be fair,
stuff.
To be fair, he would kill me instantly. But Nikki Bella is just like wrecking people with the point of her elbow.
Be
too.
more optimistic.
Just, I mean,
Yeah.
Be more
hyper optimism,
calm
dude.
reach out and
I'm
touch
not-
Barrett.
This isn't cynical or pessimistic.
You just said he would kill you. That's not cynical.
I knocked my microphone. What do you think? What was that little thing at the end there? Alicia had a bit of a mishap, perhaps, on the apron. Are you bringing the mic? What are you doing? What happened? I thought Cathy was pushing the mic.
Why would
Naomi,
I don't know.
Na-
You know, that's fine.
Naomi goes for an O'Connor roll
hold
on Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
Accidentally knocks Sasha off the apron, goes for the pin, gets a 2 count, and then just gets murked,
There it is.
as the kids say.
And then Nikki finally gets the rack attack.
Yep.
I like Bad's matching gear.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's cool. And I like Tamina standing on the outside.
Doing it.
Naomi and Sasha are too good.
Hold it
Why
down.
would you put
Right.
Tamina in the match?
Sure. That's true.
She's better on the outside, being the enforcer.
She's the enforcer. Yeah, definitely.
There you go.
But,
I also like how maybe down the road we'll have a Naomi Sasha feud.
Oh,
how good will that be?
definitely. And so I think sometime sooner than later, maybe even as soon as the Rumble. I mean, if they're teasing dissension in the ranks in mid-October, it's not crazy to think that by the Rumble we could have a one-on-one match, maybe for the Divas title.
And that's yet another storyline, not sitting around the title that means something. Kind of like the whole Paige and Natty thing. I love that.
So then
Like,
who
when-
gets the title first?
Maybe Sasha. Maybe it's a give the people what they want scenario. You know?
And they want Sasha.
They do. Maybe if there's a show in Boston.
Make them wait.
You know? Who
When
knows?
are they changing that belt?
I don't know.
When are they changing it from a butterfly tattoo to like an actual
wrestling title
championship title belt?
Oh, I feel
And
you.
calling it the women's.
Yeah.
That
I
would
hope
be-
that's coming.
That would be fantastic.
It does
too.
look like a lumbar tattoo that you get on spring break.
Yeah.
I don't get why we had to brand a
Can you say
whole
tramp
gender.
Sure, yes.
It does. It looks like the belt looks like a tramp stamp.
It
at this
does.
point. And it's. I thought maybe with Charlotte winning it, that's what was going to be, because they've made such a big deal with the Divas Revolution. And
Right. You would think.
I feel like part of that decision is still because they have a show called Total Divas on E currently.
That could be part. That could be
And
part
so they
of
don't
it.
want to change that name until the.
I mean, but at this point, they have done so much work in like branding it that way. I don't think they want to bother with retraining the entire WWE universe
So-
to call them women. Heaven forbid.
Yeah,
Add
why would we make it socially acceptable to just call them what they are? That's a
Add
good
another
point.
women's belt, though?
We don't need to.
We could call them Divas and just make the title the women's title. Just
Right.
start
we
to-
had to for a long time.
Yeah, I think between the NXT Women's Championship and then WWE Women's Championship, what's the problem? That's 2 titles. Pretty good.
Right.
We just don't.
But they have
just
so
don't
many
call it
women right
Divas.
now. I just at least want to see different storylines come off of what they're doing right now.
Sure.
I mean, that would be something different. We have never seen a secondary women's title.
I mean, a lot of people were suggesting having a women's tag title.
Yeah.
They could
But I don't-
easily
I
do
don't-
it. They have so many talented girls on the main roster right
Yeah,
now.
that's true. It reminds me of when WCW had the cruiserweight tag titles. You're right near the end of that.
Or
of that
TNA had the
run.
women's tag title.
Oh yeah,
They did.
Yeah.
I just
little
want to
bit.
see them actually respect the women enough to call them women,
Just
or
call
just
them women, yeah.
wrestlers.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, I think the problem is
Are we at that point yet?
the word divas is so marketed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
total
that's,
divas.
That's
you
what
know.
I mean. They would
Yeah.
have to essentially retrain the WWE universe to call them women wrestlers
Right.
or female wrestlers instead of divas.
I mean, I
And
love
it's
how
ridiculous.
at least at NXT they haven't gone that route.
At least, and on the table for 3 with Alundra Blaze, Molly Holly, and Ivory.
Oh,
Ivory,
I didn't even see that.
It's
That sounds
phenomenal.
incredible.
It's so good. But Ivory brought up a good point. Like the word
Seriously,
diva,
I love all of them.
the word diva is not a good thing. Like you call someone a diva negatively.
Exactly.
Like you say,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
she's such a diva. So why are we?
Like
sitting
Cathy
here
calls me
like-
that all the time. I'm
I
like,
mean,
why would you?
To be fair, she's
A divo.
She's not wrong.
Just because I
A
need my
divo.
tea
Ooh.
5 minutes before we go on.
Whip it.
Whatever.
But yeah, it's a negative term, and I don't think it was this thing where like, oh, we're taking it back. I think it's never really been empowering, you know.
Except for that
Except
one
when
point.
Beyonce sings about it.
Right, there was that one point where VH1 made it okay to call women divas
Did
for like
they?
one night. It was
Diva.
like a
I'm
night
a
of divas. It was
Oh, that's right.
like
I forgot
Cher
they did that.
and
Mar-
Cheryl
Mariah.
Crow. Mariah did it.
Well, Mariah's a diva.
She's a big
I mean,
time.
she is.
Beyonce's
she is
a diva.
All we need is Ivory to come out of retirement, win the title, and then she could change it, just like The Rock did.
I'm super down for that.
Okay.
Super down.
I need to watch that
I mean,
because I don't.
Paige did
yeah.
mention
Every
everyone tonight.
Yeah,
Maybe Paige will change it.
Maybe. I mean, every you need to watch it. Every Table for 3 has been.
Well, they're coming
incredible.
out fast and furious.
Yeah,
like
they are.
I watched the New Day one, and then there's like 9
New
since
Day was
then.
great.
Yeah.
They got Cesaro,
Isn't it just
Owens,
one a
and
week?
Ambrose. Maybe. They
Maybe.
got
It felt like more than one. I agree. They came fast.
D-Rise,
There's like
D-Rise,
5 of them
Ziggler,
now.
and Ryback
Yeah.
was
They're
really
awesome.
good.
Best show on the network.
And it's such a simple premise. Put these fascinating human
NXT is the
beings.
best show on the network.
Well, okay.
all right, fair.
But put these fascinating human beings down at a table and just let them tell there's nothing better than
it's-
talking to veterans who work in pro wrestling because they have so many stories.
Well, it's the wrestling version of comedians in cars getting coffee. That's all it is.
I was gonna say that.
right. Except they're
was.
actually eating dinner.
Right. They're eating dinner and they're already
There's no
there.
good. There's no no nice car.
They don't drive there in like a vintage car.
And none of them are as famous as Seinfeld.
Restaurants eating dinner.
Exactly.
Wrestlers in restaurants.
At some like nondescript restaurant with like no wait staff.
This episode brought to you by Kookaroo Chicken. So I'll have to catch up on that because I know
you can tell each of the wrestlers is excited because it's genuinely the nicest meal they've had that week.
So
and
fancy.
The company has invited them to a nice place and been like, wear your nice clothes and we're treating you. And
I'm glad Molly, because she's been gone for a long time. I know she's working with her job now is something with helping the youth, troubled youth, or so. She's doing
something like that. Yeah,
amazing work right now. Yeah,
right.
Because I was talking to Shane about her, and he's like, "Yeah, Molly's doing great. She lives in Minnesota.
She's genuinely one of the best that they've ever employed.
Oh, for sure.
Like I don't think she got quite the recognition that she deserved getting in there and really kind of being one of the first women to really mix up a lot of technical stuff and a lot of really kind of stuff that you would see, Johnny Saint or Jorge Rivera doing, things like that.
She's very underrated, and then as a human being, she's just fantastic. So
and
it's
that
really cool
that comes through as well. Definitely,
that's awesome. We have more breaking news.
The explosion sounds. All right, that's way better.
It was just announced by the authority that Corbin Kane has been suspended for tonight, but yet the Demon is expected this Sunday at Hell in a Cell. Back to you. So that happened.
Whew. Yeah. Thanks
Do
for
you
that,
have
Johnny.
split personalities as well? Because you're tossing back to yourself.
I got like 9.
It's fine.
I'm a big old mess.
At least you're never lonely.
No. Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be.
It's just Johnny and the WWE Network.
That's my life.
That's all you need.
That's not lonely. That's not lonely. That's fair.
$9.99.
That's the best $10 I spend all month.
That's
Oh
right.
man.
Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, baby. He borrows a slice of pizza on the way to the ring, and he said, "I've been in a cage, I've been in a cell, but both pale in comparison to being inside Hell in a Cell. I was in the first ever Hell in a Cell 18 years ago with
The Undertaker.
And also, Roman Reigns will take on Bray Wyatt in a Hell in a Cell match. And that's when Seth Rollins hits the ring. And I enjoyed this whole thing where he goes, "What the hell are you doing here, Shawn? You're supposed to introduce the man, Seth Rollins." And that's when they go back and forth, to which Shawn Michaels basically said, "Yeah, man, you ain't version 2. I never want to be a version of anybody.
Right.
I was too busy being the best."
Except Ric Flair.
Sure.
I mean, he did.
He was, yeah. There was a lot of flair.
I love that the second that Rollins came out, there was a one more match chant.
Oh, sure.
Like everyone was
Talk about fantasy warfare, definitely.
Do you think WrestleMania 32?
Oh
No.
my gosh, I don't think.
No, I think it's a
think
nice
Shawn's
thought.
done.
It's a nice thought, but that's all it'll be.
I mean, they're going to have at least one match of Legends at WrestleMania 32.
At 32?
Yeah.
I hear they're trying to make Rock versus Triple H happen.
Yeah. That's the
A
legend
what?
match.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
going to happen. That's the match.
They're
Because
gonna have
Rock
to build
wants to do something, but he does not want to fight Lesnar. And that's
Right,
what Rock is
I
like.
wouldn't either.
Because he's gotten injured at the last 2 by the hands of
Right.
Cena. There's no
Lesnar
way.
wouldn't care.
Yeah,
He's
if-
like, I would
Lesnar
care
kill
that you're a
him.
movie
If you're getting hurt by Cena, what's Brock gonna do?
Yeah.
So that's fair. That's fair. And I mean, really,
When
The
you're
Rock
as big as The Rock, you're pretty prone to getting injured.
Sure.
I mean, for God's sake.
But I mean, The Rock and Triple H have just as much history, if not more so, than Brock did, than he does with Brock.
right,
I'm
I'd
not
like to see it
interested.
build up.
You know, the Nation,
Really?
the Nation versus DX was a great program when it happened.
Yeah.
I was first sold. I would much rather see The Rock and Lesnar because I think there's more intrigue in terms like where do you go with that?
Right.
Right. The Rock is The Rock, and Lesnar's the beast.
I mean, really, if you think about it, Brock has conquered all there is for someone to conquer. He's conquered the Undertaker streak. He made the Undertaker, or he made John Cena look like a child at SummerSlam. I mean, really, all he would have left is to destroy The Rock.
Boy.
I think my thought is Rollins keeps the belt through Mania. Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble. He goes on, and the last image of the night is Brock Lesnar. My thought, I said this to you earlier. My thought is you do Rollins goes for a curb stomp. Lesnar throws him up in the air, a la Randy Orton from last year.
And then
Catches him in the
him.
F5.
Oh, God.
F5, new champion Brock Lesnar.
Would be amazing, although Lesnar winning the Royal Rumble would be incredibly predictable. But
I mean,
we're getting
if-
ahead of ourselves.
unless he was a surprise entrant.
I think if he goes in at 15 and he's actually got to stick around.
Right. If he came in, somewhat later in the match, without anyone expecting him to even be at the pay-per-view, much less in the Rumble, I think that's how you can play that.
Let's not forget, could we still hold any hope out for Daniel Bryan
It's
Yes.
possible.
for 2K17?
We could.
Maybe.
Wait, 2K16?
We could. I mean, at this point, a lot of people are kind of wondering if it's worth it. At this point, so many doctors have told him, look, no, that maybe we care more about his health and his well-being.
I mean, like, this might just be a rumor, but I remember hearing a month or so ago that he was cleared to wrestle, but WWE just was too nervous to, like, take that risk.
He's cleared by a doctor that isn't one of the WWE officials' doctors. He said he's going to get a third opinion, and if that doctor says no, then he's going to hang it up.
Is this still going back to the neck?
It might be either that or the concussions that he's had.
Yeah, he had a concussion on the road or something.
Yeah.
Well, would you put that, like, look at this. He's gone to WrestleMania 2 years in a row now. He's won a championship belt at both, and he's had to relinquish both of those belts in about a month or two. Would you, like, what do you do with, even if he comes back, what do you do with him? Like,
That's true.
Where do you put him?
I don't. Yeah.
So much time has passed now that, like, I know that the crowd would still be behind him, but the momentum is definitely slowed down.
You would need to invest a lot of time in rebuilding that. And I think it could be there. I don't think it's impossible, but you would definitely need to do the work.
That's true. Interesting.
So I don't know.
Who would you want to see him wrestle at Let's say he does. Let's say he is on the card at WrestleMania 32. Who does Daniel Bryan wrestle?
I mean, if I'm dream booking it, I'd love to see maybe him and Cesaro one-on-one.
Okay.
Or even if Sami Zayn debuts by that time.
I've got one for you. Ready?
What's that?
Daniel Bryan challenges Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title.
Definitely, absolutely.
Those are all guys that can keep Bryan from being killed, which is good.
Right, and that's a very important part to think about. But I think that would absolutely be, I think their characters and their dynamic
plus their history.
Really well.
I mean, I'm sure they'll go into for WrestleMania. They'll go into their history. You would hope.
Definitely.
So
that'd be like the indie fans' dream.
Oh my God! Yes, the internet would explode.
Yeah.
Definitely would.
With chance of why isn't it for the world title?
Right, exactly.
How come they're not on last?
That's true. So Seth Rollins says, Sean is jealous because this past WrestleMania, I had a moment that eclipsed your entire career, and Kane is going to be flat on his back this Sunday. This conversation is over. Hit my music! And they don't hit the music. And that's when Shawn Michaels says, well, when you're the second version, no one listens to you. But anyways, you have a match right now versus Ryback, so hit my music. Bam, sexy boy, he leaves the ring. Rollins versus Ryback. Good stuff here, but Rollins ends up hitting the pedigree for the win. So last week, after Rollins destroyed Rusev, which pissed me off, I was not here for that. That really pissed me off.
Right.
Now he just gets beat by Rollins.
Yeah.
Oh, did you mean Ryback?
Ryback, yeah.
Yes.
I'm saying last week Ryback beat Rusev like in 3 minutes, and I was like, really?
Right.
But then, tonight Rollins took care of Ryback.
I mean, that's sometimes consistency is too much to ask for.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was so mad I was out of town. I was like, I can't talk to anyone about this.
My biggest complaint with this...
poem, too.
Oh, man, that was pretty...
What was it about?
That was pretty incredible.
It's about Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. You should go
it was
back
really
and watch
good.
it.
Really good. It was like an A.
I mean, I did
stamped an A on
watch
paper.
it.
It was good. But no, I think the biggest thing that I took issue with in this whole segment is that Seth Rollins is this champion that just can't stand wrestling. Like, it's like asking him to wrestle anybody on the roster is too much to ask. And it's not like
he's a diva.
He's a heel, man.
Right, but I don't think it's good, chicken shit heel. I think it's making it look like he's afraid to wrestle. It's making it look like, I mean, they're going for making him look like a paper champion. I get that. But at least guys that he's emulating, guys like Flair and things like that, have gotten in there and they've mixed it up and they've thought that they could take it to anyone, and then they back off in the moment. When he should be confident that he can beat Ryback on any day. But I don't know. I think I get that. It's too much. I want to see him actually like be confident against anyone.
But he showed confidence talking to HBK tonight a little bit.
But I think when HBK said you're gonna face Ryback, Rollins started reacting the same way that he always does. Oh, this is bullcrap, blah blah blah. And I think my problem is this character would react that way if you told him he was wrestling Fandango. Like, I mean, he
reacted that way when he had to face J&J Security, so of course he's going to react that way to anyone.
Exactly. And I think I think the character needs to be a little bit stronger.
Okay. I feel you.
I get that. I feel like the whole premise is the idea that he's He shows that confidence. He says he's good enough, but he believes he's above having to wrestle somebody like that. And I get where that can be frustrating because you want to have him.
He's the champion, and he's acting like he's above wrestling anyone in any match ever at any time.
Yeah.
And I think they need a champion that's they need to paint him as stronger than that.
I feel that. I mean, he's still a work in progress. He's still progressing, but you're right.
It's nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
He's progressing just as he should be.
Yeah.
It's about how they're writing him.
Right.
He doesn't need to progress. He's fine. He's not the problem.
He goes back and forth between having these moments of confidence and then all of a sudden just backing away.
So then maybe the next time he wins, he gets that confidence that he needs, but it's kind of a false confidence.
Well, speaking of winning, Kathy, everyone loves to win.
That segue.
And you can win with DraftKings, all right? You don't have to wait till week 16. You don't have to wait till the end of the season to get
so
paid.
many candles.
Well, yeah. Go and buy some Yankees. Buy some Yankee candles. You can put your fantasy skills to the test every single week. Just go to God Almighty. Just go to DraftKings.com. It's America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. It's really easy. If you have an injured player, if your fantasy season's just going down the tubes, don't worry about it. Every single week's a new week. You're never stuck with the same old players, and they're crowning a new millionaire every week this season. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see. Turn your love of football into a life-changing payday. I see you two staring at me. Shut up. Just pick the players, pile up the points, and pick up that cash, homie. That's it. Believe me, you've never experienced football like this. This is not fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. So hurry to DraftKings.com right now. Use the promo code BUZZ, that's B-U-Z-Z, for a free play and a shot at $1 million at this week's Millionaire Maker event. Enter BUZZ right now, DraftKings.com, and hook yourself up.
Win millions of dollars.
There it is. I hear you're doing pretty good this season, J-Lo.
Oh, in fantasy? Yeah, in that one league, I'm doing okay.
I was doing pretty well. For someone that doesn't know a single thing about football, I got like 3 wins in a row, and I was pretty proud of myself, and now I'm just back to getting wrecked. Jamal Charles had to go and get injured.
Oh, dude, I'm a Chiefs fan. Trust me, it's been a bad season.
You know how bad it is? I didn't even know what team he plays for.
That's my buddy. All right, moving on. Neville, Cesaro, and Ziggler, Rusev, Sheamus, King, Barrett. Neville all just hippity-hoppity early on.
Oh, yeah.
Rusev sending it into the announcer's table.
Bimbly.
Yeah, great googly muggly.
Bibbidi-boppity-boo.
Yeah. Bibbidi. Everyone brought it, man. It turned into a kick party. Neville launched himself outside the ring. Sheamus with a bro kick and on someone.
On Ziggler.
On Ziggler, and then Barrett with the win.
It's good stuff. Our second 6-man of the night. The height that Neville got on that dive at the end was absolutely jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
And not the last incredible dive we'd see of the night.
No.
So, is Ziggler a heel or a face? Or what's going on there?
Don't even get me started.
Okay.
Tonight, I think... tonight was
he
whatever.
Was a face-ish.
But it's always that. It's always kind of face-ish. And like, I get that it's part of his character, and at least now he's not kind of handcuffed to this Lana Rusev story anymore. Exactly, yeah. So he can be a little bit more himself without...
Although, is that story even happening more? We saw a little bit of it tonight, but...
Well, and we saw a little bit of a replay from SmackDown where... Summer Rae is refereeing a match between Rusev and Ziggler. She's completely screwing over Rusev, doing slow counts, slapping him in the face, costing him the match, and then afterwards she tries to
she's screwing over.
Yes.
Got it.
Exactly. You got it.
Not really.
She's trying to shack up with Ziggler, and it's like, could we not let her have a week of independence from like trying to be with someone? Like, she gets this really fiery promo and gets to really unload on Rusev.
Summer Rae's good, man.
And go at and look strong and look independent. And then days later, she's trying to shack up with Ziggler again.
Like, I think that's just Summer Rae's character, and that ties into what she was on Total Divas as well.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're trying to do.
See, I don't have any sort of frame of reference for Total Divas, because it looked to me like it was just like, oh, she's a heel, so she's a slut, guys.
There was one time when she tried to date the guy that Rosa was dating, and it didn't end well.
I'm dead.
Although they tried really hard with that writing where they gave Ziggler the line at the end. Where he was like, "Oh, I don't want to play those games."
I'm like, "Shut up like that, forever."
Like I know what you're trying to do, but I don't play those games.
Forever and ever.
That was like a 90210 moment.
It was.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Survival,
Backstage.
I can't take that ride.
I can't say
right.
what a reference.
Backstage, HBK talking to Ric Flair after commercial. That ain't your boys in the ring. He puts over WrestleMania in Dallas and then says that Dean Ambrose will tag up more breaking news with Roman Reigns. Roman hits the ring and then out of nowhere, the Wyatts are standing near the ring, but instead of Luke Harper, we see Eric Rowan, and there's no explanation of it.
Nope. Nope.
That was a jump the shark moment for tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. We couldn't get at least a little bit of intrigue. Not like they come out first and then we get the creepy montage again and then he's there and like, oh, he's been gone for months. Nope.
We just got a whisper from Michael Cole of it.
Oh, that's Eric Rowan.
Yeah.
He's wearing a white sheet mask.
Wait. What?
There had to be
then
some
crickets.
that screams to me of they were 5 minutes. They were 3 minutes before the segment started, and they were literally. We have nowhere. Where's Luke? We don't. Eric, you're here. Just get out there. Like
Oh, and you're wearing your plumber outfit. Get out there.
Right.
He was ready to go.
So yeah, that's what bothered me. Because I think there were so many directions that you could go with teasing the return and then making a big thing out of it, rather than just like, oh, he's standing there. Oh, and now he's getting hit in the arm with a chair.
Yeah.
And the end.
Yeah.
That's why it seems like that was a last minute substitution.
I don't think
replacement.
I don't think it was necessarily a last minute substitution.
Something had to have happened because they literally on the show earlier showed that Dean Ambrose, this is how it all started. Dean Ambrose was going to have a handicap match against Luke Harper and Braun Strowman, and they showed a graphic of it.
I don't think they're that bad at keeping track of their own wrestlers. That's why I don't think it was a last minute thing.
So then why did they show Luke Harper earlier?
Because that's the whole, because they're trying to throw people off.
And so then they just randomly brought. So you're saying storyline wise, then they brought in Eric Rowan, and they were like,
I think that was at least their one attempt at trying to swerve people on Eric Rowan's presence.
Okay, that's fair because they could have. There was
so then
no
could they
impact
have had a
for
graphic
his
of
return.
like a silhouette of someone with a question mark, like they usually do?
I love when they do that.
Could be.
I love when they do that.
I love. Yeah, nothing beats a good mystery partner.
Sure as hell didn't happen tonight.
Good silhouette with a question mark in it.
You know, or it's
I wanna
clearly like
marry a
Tyson
woman.
Kidd's silhouette.
Who is a silhouette?
Just a silhouette with a question mark.
Just so weird.
Who will date Eddie Furth?
Yeah, that's a new TV show, guys.
Silhouette question mark lady.
So Reigns grabs a few chairs, calls Bray Wyatt in the ring. Bray sits down and he says, "You should be afraid of me." He then pushes Bray, boom, right hand to the dome, chairs to both big dudes. Ambrose hits the ring, the Wyatts clear out, setting up for later on tonight's main event. Seth is backstage with the Authority, talking about what just happened. HBK walks up to them and suggests, well,
you're going through so much right now.
Well, we only got 15 minutes.
Are we sure? Okay.
Yeah, I got to haul ass.
You guys have been talking too much.
Yeah, we're having too much fun. We're having too much fun. So he suggests Seth Rollins, and HBK is like, well, no, I understand you want to protect your child. And Seth is like, no. I'll team up with Ambrose and Reigns. I'm not afraid of him. I'll knock him out. There you go. So we're going to have a Shield kind of reunion this evening. Charlotte versus Brie Bella, really good.
This is great. Brie has been taking her bumps so much better the last couple weeks.
She's really like
that
throwing
bump
herself
off
out
the
there.
table last
That
week
was
or
nuts.
2 weeks ago.
That
and
was
then
super nuts.
Today you could really tell as well.
Just straight up jumping off the table, landing on her back on the ground.
What's the move called where Charlotte's legs like just carry her over?
Oh, kind of like a rolling, I guess a rolling neck slam.
I don't know, but they looked intense.
That's the technical term.
That's as technical as I can think
slam.
of.
Rolling neck
on Twitter.
slam.
Yeah,
Time Matthews.
Because originally that lock they were calling it the figure 4 neck lock, and then she would turn that into a rolling takeover.
Yeah.
I feel like
a rolling NXT takeover.
The reason why Charlotte too looks like such a badass compared to most of the divas on the roster is because she's the only one that does the chops.
Maybe I don't know if that has anything to do with her looking like a badass.
Oh, I think it does completely.
Why?
Because she just looks like terrifying when she does it.
But she's only using that one move because of who her dad is. I don't think there's anything inherently badass about chopping people.
Well, most girls don't do it.
But I don't think that's anything to do with them not being badasses. Most girls just don't chop.
Yeah. But
I think everything Charlotte does is what adds to her being more of a badass.
Yeah, but that is one of the things that does add to it.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Well, you're wrong.
I think she...
Okay.
That's how you win an argument.
You're lucky she doesn't have any cupcakes, Ty.
Oh, she would get one right to the face right now.
I'd chop you.
Were you bringing cookies tonight?
Oh yeah, shoot, they're in my car. I made
was
Fruity
wondering about
Pebbles
that.
cookies.
Fruity Pebbles.
But I think
The cookie champ is here.
I think Charlotte being huge and tall and statuesque and a great wrestler is what really elevates her. And I didn't catch a lot of shut your mouth forever. Forever. But yeah, I think it was, I didn't catch as much of this match as I would have liked, but I think Brie did step it up more so than I think she's been.
I think the bells definitely have been. Charlotte wins with the figure 8 leading up to this Sunday versus Nikki. Renee with Paige backstage. Oh, I love this segment.
Yes.
This brought me back to the days of Mean Gene when a backstage promo wasn't just the interviewer asking a simple question.
No, they're supposed to be investigative reporters.
Exactly. And Renee and Paige just had the chemistry. It was perfect. Renee must have asked 4 questions in this promo. That is how you do it!
They showcased the reasons why they were both hired.
Yes.
Right, definitely.
Paige crushed it, and then at the end, she just made fun of her for no reason whatsoever by saying, "You're not as cute as Erin Andrews."
That was a sick burn.
Oh, but just calling out like ex-divas and current divas, and then calling Renee Sally Jesse Raphael. That's a reference.
That is a timely reference,
That's
guys.
a reference from before Paige was even born.
You could tell. You could tell though. It stung Renee to be told she wasn't as good as Erin Andrews. Like as much as they were playing, like there was some truth. Like she was like, she's right. Damn it.
But it was good. I think it's like we said, backstage interviewers are supposed to be investigative reporters. So in this scenario, in this segment, she's not letting Paige off the hook. And Paige being encountered with that, being kind of backed into a corner, is showing that she has a tenuous grasp on her sanity.
And that's how it's supposed to be. The problem is, nowadays, you either have wrestlers who have trouble talking, or you have interviewers who have trouble talking.
Right.
But Renee and Paige can both do their job, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thing.
They listened. You could tell they were listening to each other, and that doesn't always happen in those segments where...
Yes.
What?
back to the cold open form that you were in before.
That was good. But it was fantastic. I mean, anyone who does interviews needs to watch that segment as far as they want a modern day example of how to do it, because it was really, man, it was just Paige.
So nice you watched it twice.
I did watch it twice.
You did?
I did. Big time. No, because in an era where you just don't have it anymore, and it's so nice to see. And like I said, the problem is you either have one side or the other that can't talk, and then that makes the interview awful and pointless.
Right.
And so to have 2 people that can bring it, they do. Kudos. Mark Henry and Kevin Owens. Wow.
Yes.
How did they do a pop-up powerbomb?
That was...
credit to Henry.
I mean, really, like, that was... I feel like not as many people are going to realize how much of that was on Mark Henry.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it was good stuff, and really putting these 2 together was an interesting dynamic that I never really thought about before.
Phenomenal. I love how Kevin Owens came in talking smack on the Longhorns, doing the hook 'em horns down. That's what Oklahoma fans do.
Was that 2 Sweet Down?
Basically 2 Sweet Down is what it was. And Henry got physical right off the top. This is good stuff, man.
Henry the Texan, absolutely. Silsbee, Texas.
And Mark Henry doesn't even need to be in that position. I mean, he's nearing the end of his career. He's been quoted as saying, that he's kind of sort of hand selecting a few guys or a few moments when he gets to work to kind of wrap things all up. To see him, he fought Big Show leading up to that match, which was but tonight, it was a real solid effort between the 2.
Team player, man.
Yeah.
Team
Henry
player.
and Owens.
Renee Young with Seth Rollins backstage. Seth says, it ain't a Shield reunion, and it's about me proving to the world and Shawn Michaels and Triple H that I am the man. Real simple. And then main event time. Former Shield taking on the Wyatt family. Reigns and Ambrose have a standoff, just like the classic one they had. Seth Rollins standing in the back.
Just holding back.
Brings it up, then pulls it back again.
The Shield is back.
The Shield is back.
Shield is back-ish.
For 3 seconds.
Right.
Back.
It's like, this match, it reminded me of like when Audio Slave first came back and they were playing like a lot of Soundgarden songs and a lot of Rage songs, and it's like, it's pretty good. There's something kind of missing because there's one guy that's different, and in this case that's Braun Strowman, and it's still good. Not quite as good. Like, you're not going to recapture the magic of the original Shield Wyatt feud.
No, and me being a Soundgarden fan, I like your...
Absolutely.
Exactly.
What about AC/DC?
What about AC/DC?
With the second
Yeah!
What about them?
It's good. It's good, yeah.
With the singer that replaced Bon Scott?
Yeah.
I mean,
because we talked about ACDC at the time.
I'll say Braun Strowman had a much better effort tonight than I mean, he's got only up to the only place he can go is up.
Right.
But tonight, he was serviceable in his role. I mean, he was also 1 out of 6 guys, so he's doing 3 or 4 things.
But I think Braun Strowman is a really perfect example of, I think, that the best that they've done in a long time of really protecting a new talent, a new investment, and really, in kind of a long-term way.
Yeah.
Really accentuating his strengths the way that they need to be accentuated, the way that Paul Heyman would do it in ECW.
Very true.
The way that guys like Taz and guys like Spike Dudley and guys like Mike Awesome and Rhino got over is because Paul Heyman knew exactly what they were good at and exactly what they were not so good at. And I think we need a return to that sort of character building.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a good job with Braun Strowman. He's been destroying people. Rollins ends up running like a scalded dog towards the end of the match. Dean
Ambrose reaching out for the tag to his former Shield brother, and then conveniently Seth Rollins gets a
leg hurt.
A la Sid Justice.
A cramp in his hammy.
A la Sid Justice from Saturday night's main event.
Sid Justice.
Leading into WrestleMania 8 with the Hogan. I'm telling you.
Definitely.
We'll make sure the justice is served.
They were.
You're on point tonight.
Really, when I think about it, Sid was like my first favorite promo.
Interesting.
My brother and I would impersonate that go-home line.
He would talk with his teeth not moving. It was very odd. Ambrose breaks out the kendo stick, sends Strowman to the outside, then Ambrose flies right into Strowman, slams him outside the ring, but then...
And it's worth noting the kendo stick draws the DQ.
Yes, it did draw the DQ. But then Roman Reigns, this must be the highest he ever leaped.
Good Lord.
Seriously.
That was awesome.
That was really, higher than obviously Taker's ever done it, higher than he's ever done it. I mean, he got
unbelievable.
I would love to see his dive and Neville's dive back to back.
He's been working on his plyometrics.
Reached new heights.
Hey, Ty is not even touchstone. He's not selling it. Ty's no selling. Yeah, that one. Yep. All right.
I feel like Roman Reigns was participating in the opening, like the opening sequence for Ballers. You ever see that show? There's just a bunch of guys just like jumping and running and lifting weights, and that's how he was the opening sequence for Ballers, and that's how he got.
He's related to The Rock. Yeah. Is that why you're making that reference?
Exactly. And because he jumped so high, he must have been like, you have to work hard to get that high.
It was amazing. What a way, taking everybody out, and that's how Raw ends, leading up to Hell in a Cell.
With our third 6-man tag of the night. 3 6-man tags.
Hey man, you know who's in charge tonight.
That's something.
And the Divas tag.
Holla. The
Let me
Divas
at you,
tag.
player.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good. A very, very good go home.
Solid show.
Definitely looking forward to Hell in a Cell this
was
Sunday.
one of my favorite shows in easily the last couple weeks.
Definitely.
No doubt.
Definitely.
It was a good show.
And I think we'll be at Hell in a Cell Sunday. You're going?
I'm going.
You're going?
I'm going to Aftershock first, and then
Boom.
I'm going to make it back in time for Hell in a Cell.
I believe I'll be back from New Jersey in time for Hell in a Cell.
I may be there with Carlo Cannon. He's coming back this Saturday.
Well, then let me know.
Carlo.
Heck yeah, man. Well, let's all put ourselves over. Eddie Furth, go.
You can find me at Eddie Furth on Twitter. Check out at Historical Roast as well. We'll see you November 3rd at the Nerdist Showroom.
Boom. Ty Matthews.
Ty Matthews, PMA on Twitter, on Instagram, just like every week. You can catch me on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, KDOC, 4 p.m. Saturdays, U2 America nationally. We've only got 3 live tapings left in the year, so come out to Port Hueneme, Ocean View Pavilion, see some wrestling, and be well.
November 8th. Boom. Kathy, go.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley, on Instagram at Cathy Kelley, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to do more cooking and baking videos there.
Hey, you should have Dale on.
Yeah.
Whenever he gets back out here. I know. Have him call in.
Yeah. Oh, and the Sam Roberts Show will be live from Los Angeles Wednesday through Friday of this week.
Party on. At Jay Quasto, Jacksonville, Florida. I'm going to be doing jokes at the Comedy Club of Jacksonville, October 29th and 30th at 8 p.m. I'd love to see you. And also, Whistle Sports Epic Tour. We're filming at Rutgers this Saturday and the following Saturday at the Florida-Georgia game in Jacksonville. So it's going to be a fun Jacksonville weekend. If you live in Florida, come on out to Jacksonville. See me tell some jokes, then see me run around a tailgate. It's going to be amazing. With that said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. We love you. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AFTERBUZZ TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AFTERBUZZ TV or its owners or principals.